Everybody, and welcome back to Wrassle Graps. My name is Chris,
My name is Vincent.
and today you have read the title correctly. This isn't a weird April Fool's joke in the middle of August. This is actually happening. A Monday Night Raw review from Wrassle Graps.
You never thought you'd see the day, but now you have.
Yeah, I mean, we did it before when we first started the channel, and we decided, you know what, this isn't worth it. It's just not worth 3 hours every week.
Yeah,
But,
maybe we're doing it for like content reasons alone, just to get some content out there and make fun of the show a little bit. But I mean, 3 hours for that, probably not a good reason.
before recently, that was the only good reason to watch Raw. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But now, I mean, occasionally there would be one good episode of Raw, maybe, possibly, but it was a rare occurrence, for sure.
Hey, after this episode, I can see myself actually watching Raw on a weekly basis. I don't know about you, probably not, but me, probably.
I mean, as of right now, I'm feeling that way. I'm feeling like I'll watch it next week at least.
Me too,
I feel like I'm gonna watch SmackDown this week. I mean, really.
I also might watch SmackDown this week. This is how good the Raw. I mean, let's be clear. For Raw, we all have lower standards for good reasons. Um, and
It's 3 hours.
sometimes,
I mean, look, it's hard to fill up a 3 hour show anyway. So, I mean, it's going to be boring. It's going to be tiring, maybe exhausting, maybe possibly in some moments. But, I mean, for the most part, it could be great. It could be good enough.
I mean, look, man, let's be honest here. Monday Night Raw, the past couple of years, has been the worst thing I've seen in my entire life, and that says a lot. Because I've seen a lot of bad things, but recently with Triple H taking over Papa H, Lord and Savior WWE. I mean, it's watchable now. I can get through 3 hours of that.
The thing I had a problem with was a lot of the goofy shit that was going on every single week. There would be a goofy segment or multiple goofy segments and less wrestling, and it would just kind of not really appeal to me that much.
I mean, look, there was no 24/7 title on this show. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just quietly taken away and we're not going to talk about it again. But
Yeah, I would be honest though. I mean, I wouldn't be. Ezekiel did make me laugh the first time I saw him.
I mean, the first time it was funny, but then it kept going and it got less funny.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, it's not like Mr. America the way that was when that was the thing. But,
Yeah, America was a big part of this episode, actually.
it was the United States of America specifically because the United States Championship. I know
Yeah,
they're the same thing, but I was just really searching for a segue there and I didn't find it.
yeah. But I mean, overall, this episode was pretty serious. Like everything was good for the most part. It was solid, and it was like a setup episode. It built, set up a bunch of feuds and storylines for later on.
I mean, honestly, it felt like the road to WrestleMania and like the THQ Jax games, not Jax games, Ukes games. That's what it felt like to me this episode.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been really excited to watch an episode of Raw after a big pay-per-view.
I think I was telling you this yesterday too before I watched the show. The last time I was excited to actually watch an episode of Raw was when Paul Heyman was given, well, it wasn't full control. It was some weird thing, creative,
It
I
was
think. Something
creative because he took creative of Raw, and then Bruce Prichard was SmackDown.
what was it? Heyman was Raw and Bischoff was SmackDown for like two
Oh,
weeks and he
Bischoff
never
was
showed.
SmackDown. Yeah, I don't even know if Bischoff really stuck though.
He got the job and never showed up. I'm not really fully convinced that he knew he was employed for the first couple of weeks.
I don't think
Um,
so.
but
But
is
Paul
what it is.
Heyman, he was there for a while.
It was good for the most part. I mean, it wasn't all bad.
I mean, I saw what he was trying to do. I really did. I saw what he was trying to do. I really did like what he was going for, but it wasn't all great, because I guess Vince McMahon was still there as well.
Mm.
But I mean, it was pretty good. From like, you got some good wrestling in there. There's some good wrestlers being pushed.
Yeah, I
There's some
mean,
factions going on around the time.
2019 Raw was a blur. I mean, I remember some stuff that happened. I remember it was good. I just don't remember a lot.
Yeah. The weirdest version of I don't remember a lot from the pandemic. Is what I don't remember a lot.
Raw is
But
a
that
weird
era
thing.
was I like I would fall asleep on my couch just watching Raw in my living room.
You ever notice how every 3 years Raw and SmackDown gets good for a little bit?
Yeah.
Because like 2016, there was a brand split when it first started, and SmackDown was really good. And then 2019 came along, and Raw got good for a little bit. Now 2022 is here, another 3 year cycle. Now Triple H is in charge, and both are probably gonna be good.
Yeah.
I've got the
And we're
patterns
into
down.
like we're on the new era. Like they were calling it the new era. That's what I remember Raw was kind of interesting to watch sometimes. There was a lot of wrestling going on. It was kind of cool. It was like a new look to everything as well. The logo changed. And that's kind of what I mean. It felt like one of those episodes a little bit like this one, but a lot more fleshed out a little bit.
This episode, I think, was
I actually had a direction with it going on.
well, they're specifically pushing the United States Championship, and I think we should just kind of dive into the episode.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so starts off now with the United States Championship, so that wasn't the best segue for me. It's not my day for segues. But starts off Becky Lynch promo explaining why she's suddenly a face, and basically it's the same thing we're gonna see later on with Edge. She just goes like, I may have been a little bit of a dick recently. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's true. She was an asshole. I mean, I don't like Becky Lynch that much anymore. Ever since she crushed Bianca Belair in 25 seconds.
I I didn't immediately start not liking her. I was a slow fall down from grace for me personally.
Yeah, I kind of just didn't like her since she returned.
The big time Bex thing, it might work for some people. For me personally, it just wasn't too great. But I'm happy that
Uh,
seems to be going away for a little bit. I would prefer
wasn't as
those.
good as wasn't as good as the man gimmick.
Yeah, the man was really good, and it seems like they're bringing that back. Unfortunately, we're not going to see much of that right now because Becky is injured. But when she gets back, that should be good.
Yeah, definitely.
So, anyways, Bianca Belair comes out. They show some respect for each other again. Belair goes, "I respect Becky Lynch." Becky Lynch leaves and gets attacked immediately backstage by Bayley and her new friends.
Yeah, that's true. It was pretty. I mean, it made a lot of sense. I think.
Becky gets attacked. Bianca sees this, of course, tries to run to the back. And does a very good job for someone running in heels, I will say that. And the Bayley's group somehow disappears in a matter of seconds. Do not know how they did that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Bailey. I mean, Becky being injured, that's not good. But at least we got this new faction in, bring some new blood. We got Io Sky in there. We got Dakota Kai. We got Bailey. So it's kind of it's not the best thing to happen. But it's not necessarily the worst time.
Oh, for Raw, we have, like you said, we have Dakota, we have Bayley, Bianca, Asuka's around still. And if they really didn't get Sasha and Naomi back, looking pretty good.
I mean, yeah, Alexa Bliss too.
Well, she's there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we
Uh,
got some good people in the roster that could do something.
I do agree with that.
There's a
Listen,
report that they did get, Sasha and Naomi to, you know, agree to come back.
yeah, I mean, I know there was a report going around. I'm not gonna get too excited until it actually happens.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if that's the case, then that's great news for them. It makes sense too because of Triple H pushing Sasha Banks in NXT and all that.
I think this is a trend we're gonna see a lot coming soon recently is a bunch of people coming back because Triple H is there now.
Yeah, I mean, I can. I mean, it's already started, right? Dakota Kai.
Yeah, Dakota Kai and now Banks and Naomi if that's true. And I could see a bunch of other people doing it also, but for now
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
interesting.
Johnny Gargano's still out there.
He's chilling, raising his kid, understandably. That is
Yeah,
important.
I'm not sure if he knows where he's going yet. I wouldn't say. I would actually request. I would probably say WWE, honestly.
I personally would not be upset about Ciampa winning the US title next week. Johnny Gargano comes in, Triple H runs back that feud, and we get to see the proper ending we didn't get to see the first time.
I think it's too soon for Bobby Lashley to lose. Though.
Look, I love Bobby Lashley, I do, but I also love Ciampa Gargano. So
It's too soon. Bobby Lashley is over. I mean, you can't deny that he's over. Fans love the guy. They're cheering for him every single time he shows up on the screen. So
I think Bob,
I think that's great.
one of the best interests is in the business that guy has. When he's standing there posing, this is a man who crushed a watermelon with his bare hands. Go look at that video; it's a real thing. It's impressive. Uh, you know,
It's
and
not that impressive. Like I can do that.
yeah, look, when we do 1 million subscriber special, okay, when we get face cam finally, we can do recording stuff. He will crush a watermelon with his bare hands, or at least try to, unedited video, and it will go up in full length.
It will happen.
It will. I'll write it down so we don't forget to. Uh,
Yeah.
so anyway, speaking of the U.S. title and Bobby Lashley, the U.S. Championship promo for the title specifically, it's a whole video package for the title.
Yeah, JBL narrated it.
JBL was there
And
talking.
it was a package.
Yeah, they had Dusty Rhodes, they had Ric Flair in there, Bobby Lashley himself, of course, because the best U.S. champion of all time. Booker T was there too. It was fun.
Pretty much all the champions.
And John Cena. How can I forget John Cena?
I think John Cena, the greatest champion. He made his own U.S. championship.
He did do that. That is very true. The spinner belt.
Yeah.
So
Called the C Nation build.
the C Nation. It's not the worst thing I've seen in my entire life, but it wasn't great. I think we all kind of agree on that for a little bit.
It was okay.
It was fine. I wouldn't have personally replaced it, the normal belt with it. I'm glad they didn't do that because it would have been weird if that was around for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the United States title never really looked fantastic.
I think
Until, I mean, right now, I think it looks pretty good.
it looks good. I don't like it as much as I like the older one. I would be honest with
I
that.
like the older one better. I don't even know why. I mean, I used to dislike it until I saw it in person.
Yeah, you held it, you saw it in person. You're like, you know what? This is my U.S. title. I like the colors going on here, and then it just went away. Now I'm kind of sad about that.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I saw it with AJ Styles. He was like, "Hold my belt." I was like, "Yeah, sure." Cool.
He saw your Bullet Club shirt too. Very intimidated. He didn't know what's going on for a second, but eventually he did calm down.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, this made the belt feel a little more important. This video package.
It made it feel very important too throughout the night because we had 3 matches determining who will face Bobby Lashley for the U.S. title next week. Starting off with the very next match, the first match of the night, Miz versus Ali versus Styles. Probably my favorite match of the night right here.
Mine too, as well. I mean, it was crazy. There was a lot of crazy spots, a lot of great wrestlers in this match. I mean, how can they go wrong?
Before we start talking about the actual match, there was a Logan Paul promo where he says, "I will be back at some point. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for having me." And
They say
he
he
was.
would travel on the road of WWE, which is not a good idea. I don't think you should agree to that. But okay,
I also don't think we should agree to have it because we don't need another forest incident. But I mean, if that's what they want, it's what they want.
it is what it is. Yeah.
Speaking of that, did you see the Triple H Impulsive podcast?
No, he's on the Impulse
He's on
podcast.
Impulsive. That just came out today.
Wow,
I didn't watch it yet. I just know it's a thing.
I need to see it.
Yeah, check it out after this. So,
It sounds interesting.
anyways, Miz, Ali, and Styles, of course, have great back and forth
What would
matches.
he even say, man? Like he's so I don't know. I feel like he'd just be a dad, you know.
I had no idea that Logan Paul knew the first thing about professional wrestling, if we're being honest.
Wait, what?
I didn't know he actually watched professional wrestling at any point in his life.
I don't know if he did. I'll be honest.
I
I
saw a
don't
brief,
think a lot of these people do.
I saw a brief description of it, and it looked like they were talking about some older stuff. So it sounds like he might have. I don't know.
It's research, man. I mean, maybe research. I don't know how else that would go.
So, Travis, I saw this one clip of you breaking into Randy Orton's house. What's up with that? Did you go to jail and for how long?
Exactly. Yeah. Things like that.
Yeah, so, anyways, back to the match. Much a
We're not
fast-paced
big
match.
enough to have Triple H on our podcast.
I mean, we're not, but if he wants to show up, we won't stop him.
Yeah. We we need to get that big, right? That's the goal.
But we know you're listening out there. If you want to show up anytime, you're free. You're welcome to do that. And
You're welcome.
it will just be an hour of us praising you. I just want you to know that. Anyways,
Yeah, we're gonna be saying suck it. We're gonna say crotch chop the whole time. Be mugs.
I know I've cross jobs and thanking you for NXT and what you're currently doing.
Exactly. Break it
You know,
down. Let's go.
the whole comment section will be, look at these fucking marks. God. So at least a 10-minute triple threat with Miz Ali and Styles, a bunch of fast-paced action that ends with one of the best Styles Clash uh, setups I've seen in my
Easy.
entire life.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it was pretty damn good.
This dude Ali hits a 450 on the Miz, which then leads to AJ Styles catching him afterwards, hitting the Styles Clash on the Miz and pinning Ali. It was fantastic. Look up if you haven't seen it.
Probably a gift somewhere.
There should be if there's not already. Just share us a clip somewhere on Twitter.
I mean, yeah, there has to be. I haven't seen one myself, but I haven't been on Twitter today, so
So moving forward, we get to a Becky Lynch update where she's in the back. She looks like she's pretty hurt, understandably so. Um,
mhm.
Bayley interviews. Bayley's interviewed by somebody. I don't think she said too much, other than she wanted to fight, and that was that for that point. And then
Yeah,
they run into the Usos, who then talk about how they have destroyed the entire tag division, how they're going to do the same to the Mysterios. And that one just made us kind of sad because there really is nobody left that they haven't
yeah.
faced.
They've kind of exposed the whole tag division
I really,
as being not good.
I still honestly don't know what the Mysterios did to get the title opportunity besides being the only other tag team there, but that is what it is.
I mean, that's what it is. I don't know.
One
I
thing I
mean, but they're no longer. I mean, they lost. So
Yeah, one thing I did like about the segment I just want to point out is that Bailey and her crew interacted with the Usos. And I always like that when people who aren't necessarily feuding or in a storyline or just interact with each other. It's nice.
yeah, that definitely was a cool little part of it.
So next up, Rollins is out. He cuts a promo on Matt Riddle. That was very stupid of him to come out with his injury and try to challenge him, which I mean, it kind of was, let's be honest.
It was pretty dumb, but I mean, it worked out for the other guys. So.
Yeah, the Street Profits come out. They are Riddle's friends, apparently. I didn't know this. Well, apparently they are. And they come out. They're like, one of us.
They seemed like they would have a good time together. Really,
That makes sense. They like the party. Riddle also seems like he would like to party in different ways, but
yeah, because the original bro.
he is that. That is his gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
So then, anyways, they come out.
Randy,
I do miss that whole tag team.
it's a good tag team. Mark Bray has a cool name. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, honestly, I think that Randy getting injured is very unfortunate for both of them.
Yeah, probably. I mean, look, Riddle could be on his own though.
He could be, and I think that they could have done that, but I just would have liked to have seen an actual breakup or a rivalry would have been first before that happened.
Yeah, that definitely would have been cool. I mean, do you think Randy would put him over?
I like to believe he would. I think he likes Riddle enough to do that.
Yeah. I mean, his gimmick has been really goofy as of late.
That's true. Riddle can be serious, though. He does goofy stuff sometimes, but he's capable of being a little bit serious.
I mean, SummerSlam was the serious Riddle.
Yeah. I always remember from TakeOver 25, Riddle versus Roderick Strong, one of my favorite TakeOver matches of all time.
I think Riddle needs to be a little more serious, like in some.
I mean, he's capable of it. I think they gotta slowly phase out the comedy a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was too much comedy. He was kind of just a comedy of Raw and shit.
Yeah.
And there was the 20% title.
So what ends up happening is the Profits come out. They want a match. Rollins is like, well, there's only one of you guys. So the Profits do rock, paper, scissors.
Oh
Montez
no, no,
Ford.
no. He called them losers, man. He was like, "You lost to this. You lost to the Usos. You were losing to everybody." And they were like, "No, we beat you." for the tag team championships at one time. And also, you lost that guy with one booby. So who are you talking about?
They did say that specifically. That's a direct quote from them.
Yeah,
And then Rollins is like,
yeah,
I know you want a match. There's only one of me and there's two of you. The Prowess are like, you know what? That math is pretty accurate. Let's do some rock, paper, scissors. Winner has a match with Seth. And Montez Ford, big brain, doesn't even do rock, paper, scissors, just grabs the ref, runs to the ring, and the bell rings.
Angelo Dawkins didn't seem to have an issue. It's fine.
I mean, I think he was a little bit upset, but then he thought about it. And he's like, you know what? I respect it. That's incredibly smart. I should have done that too.
It was a big brain play. I mean, there's no other way around it.
If you ever did that to me, like if we were in the store and you were like, man, what do you want to eat for dinner? Like, what do you want to go get something to eat? You're like, yeah, I want pizza. And I'm like, no, but I want some Taco Bell. If you ran over to a pizza shop with my wallet or and your wallet, I couldn't stop you, and I respect it.
I mean, yeah, sure, I guess.
I
Well,
feel a
you
little bit
just get
robbed.
separate things then.
I mean, I feel a little bit robbed also for a second, but I would also respect what you did there.
Oh, okay. That's good.
So, anyways, we get to the match, which is a really good match. Rollins and uh, Ford, of course, two great wrestlers. Go at it for like 10 minutes, and Rollins wins, which is the right call, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Montez Ford, man, he's gonna be a star one day.
They're heavily teasing the Street Profits breakup. I don't feel like it's time for that yet, but they're really going in on that.
Yeah, I mean, it might happen soon. It might not happen soon. Maybe it'll happen like not with them breaking up, and maybe they'll just go their separate ways, friendly and all that. I don't know.
I'd be fine with that, but I just don't think it's time for that to happen yet.
I mean, Montez Ford as a heel does intrigue me.
I mean, Montez Ford could be a good heel. I I like him more right now as the underdog babyface. I just don't know because there's some people that have done that really well and have transitioned to being a heel, even though you don't think I could do it. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I want to see Montez as a heel. I want to see what he can do there. But he has a moveset of a face, though.
Yeah, that frog splash is not a heel thing.
Yeah, he gets too much height on that shit. I
I
mean,
think
if anyone can make it work, I think it's him.
I think that Dawkins would make more sense as a heel in this scenario. I mean, it's predictable, but I think his moveset
I
makes more
mean,
sense.
yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe that'll work. Maybe Hawkins will impress more than Montez. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's where it could probably go. Who knows? But for
I
now,
think they could both be good singles.
I think they could both be really good. I think Dawkins needs a bit more work, but I think that they could both be really good.
Yeah, I think so.
So next up, we get to a random Oscar versus Alexa Bliss match, which was more to set up a storyline than it was anything else.
You were
Um,
wondering why that match was on the card.
we were both very confused about what was happening, and
Yeah,
what ends up happening is Bayley and friends run in, cause the DQ. Bianca shows up, breaks it up, and then challenges Io Sky to a match, which will happen later.
yeah. I mean, that was just a little setup match. It wasn't too crazy.
Yeah. I know what you're thinking. There's gotta be more. There really wasn't. That's all there was.
That's basically it for that.
Next up, we get our second United States Championship triple threat match of the night, or contenders match of the night, I guess. Ziggler versus Gable versus Ciampa. It was a good match. Wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still really good.
Well, Gable came out. He said "shoosh," and then he said Houston sucks. That was about it.
This man borrowed the Kevin Owens book of Reasons to Hate Texas and insults to get him with, and he read it perfectly. He really went out there with him.
Yeah, I mean, what's Texas famous for?
He said, "You know what? My brain is bigger than this place, and also your baseball team sucks." And they really got him.
I mean, do they really care about baseball like that, though?
Apparently, I mean, they were very upset. Apparently, they do.
Okay. I guess it is America's sport.
Before I move on, though, very curious about this. If you happen to be a Wrassle Graps listener who was there yesterday at the show, let us know down below. Were you guys actually falling asleep, or were they just not playing the crowd noise loud enough?
Or was the crowd just, dead? I don't know.
I'm because Twitter was saying that the grab was horrible. Other people were saying that it was just they weren't pumping up the volume enough
Like, why
on the
they
crowd.
show up?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Why they buy tickets if they was going to not react?
All I'm saying is every time they go to Texas in some capacity, those dudes are the quietest dudes you ever heard in your entire life. It's like they're watching a
Yeah, I
tennis
don't
match.
know, man. I feel like it's weird to show up to a show and just kind of sit there and do nothing.
I mean, I get it. If you're like the one shy guy, that's cool, but you can't all be the one shy guy. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be their fault. Like I feel like they were actually making noise. Usually that's the case where they make noise. No one like it's not really translated well on camera. But I'm not sure if that was this time around. I'm not sure.
Let's so down below what actually happened. I'm curious if you were there.
I would like to know. I'm very curious.
So it's back to the match.
Very curious, George, about this one.
Very, very curious, George. And I would like to have Curious George also on the podcast one day.
He would be a good guest. He's the smartest monkey ever.
Smart Monkey, he wear a hat or is that just his friend?
No, that's his friend, the top
Oh,
man, the yellow, big
only
man, the man with the big yellow hat. That's his name.
I'm not fully convinced that they aren't just friends because George thinks he's a banana. I'm just gonna throw that out there also.
I think that's the case. He's big. He wears yellow suits and yellow hats all the time. I mean, what if that's like a dirty suit? Like, I wonder if he doesn't put it in the wash.
He looks like he exclusively throws it on to hang out with George, and I don't believe he watches it ever because he's like, you know what? George is gonna try and bite this again, and he's gonna bring a play around. It's not worth it. We're just gonna go with it.
Yeah, I used to watch Curious George when I was a kid. I don't even know what happened on the show.
I saw a couple episodes. I remember that George was pretty curious.
Yeah, he was very curious, walking around the city and stuff.
Yeah. So the match itself here, Ziggler versus Gable versus Ciampa, unfortunately did not include Curious George, but it was interesting. Um,
Yeah,
at the end, Ciampa wins, which means we get Ciampa versus Styles later on the night. The winner faces Bobby Lashley next week, which I gave away who wins already, but it's okay. We'll talk about it anyways later.
yeah. I mean, this match was the lesser of the best. Kind of team at best. It was the last best triple
At
threat match.
least
It
it
was
wasn't as good.
at least, yeah, it wasn't as good, but
It
it
was
was
good,
fine.
just wasn't as good.
Exactly.
But yeah,
I think the right
this is.
winner won though.
I would have been to tell you the truth. There's very few people on the roster who I don't want to see succeed now that Triple H is around. I am happy that
Yeah.
there was no Austin Theory on the show. I was very okay with that.
Chad Gable's one of those guys that I think should be a star.
I think Triple H will do that.
Like he's the next big thing in my mind.
While we're talking about Chad Gable, though, shouts out to Otis. We see that you're being ignored there, and we appreciate you. Just want you to know that.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. But when it comes down to it, like Chad Gable, every time he would step in that ring, he would impress, and the whole crowd would be behind him. And then Vince McMahon wouldn't be behind him, and that would be an issue.
The problem is Vince McMahon would be behind him and be like, "Oh no, pal, I can see over you pretty good there. I can add a couple
Yeah.
inches, or I'm gonna make fun of you for it."
He was short, bro. That was the issue. Shorty G, can't forget.
It was named that for like a year.
Fuck Vince, man.
So, anyways, we get to the Edge promo next, which is basically Edge saying, "Hey guys, I've been kind of a
I
dick
got some
recently.
cool merchandise. You should go buy it on WWEshop.com.
I've been kind of a dick, but you know what? My merch is pretty cool. We should go buy that, and also I'm gonna go get rid of Judgment Day because it wasn't supposed to go this way." Anyways,
Yeah, so he's gonna get rid of Judgment Day, make it no more. That's fine, I guess.
and you know what? He has Metalingus back. He can do what he wants.
Yeah, I mean he always had. Oh yeah, no, he didn't always have Metalingus, but yeah, Metalingus he has it back. That's great.
Metalingus, I think
But
my favorite.
Judgment Day has his other theme, so
Say what you want about that theme song. It's not that it's a bad theme song. It's just that it doesn't fit that. I mean, that's the problem. It isn't the best for a theme song,
I
but
think
for
it
Vegas,
works for a group of people
it kind
more
of
than
does.
it works for one person.
I, I, I don't feel that works as well because it's not as fast paced as Metalingus is. But
Yeah, like a
it's not this.
group of slow people.
It's not that it's a bad song, it's just I don't think it fits a wrestling entrance, but
Yeah, they
that's
all
just me.
walk real slow to the ring. It would work out.
Yeah. I mean, Finn Balor's working on it, I think. He's walking as slow as he can.
Yeah, like someone like Finn Balor would.
So next up, we get to Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. It was a pretty good match. Shocker.
I mean, yeah, Io Sky, one of the best wrestlers. Genius of the Sky. And then Bianca Belair, great athlete, fantastic.
Yeah, they go at it for about 15 minutes. I don't know the times of the matches actually. I'm just kind of making them up as I go along. They just sound right to me. Um, but yeah,
But
it was
there is an issue.
what kind of issue?
No, no, there was an
I
issue.
mean, there was kind of an issue. I mean, you had Bayley's friends at ringside. You had Asuka and Alexa Bliss also at ringside. And they did ruin the match by getting involved and causing a DQ and fighting too much.
That was the issue.
You know, I mean, it was. I would have been more mad if it wasn't a cool brawl. But yeah,
It was a decent brawl. They were going at it real crazy
they
until it
were. And
got broken up a bit.
I highly expect a six-man tag match soon.
Mm, 6 woman tag match.
Yeah, same idea. Same idea.
Yeah, 6 person tag match very soon. Next week,
Yeah, United States
which is
Championship
not
match.
bad. They're all great wrestlers. It shouldn't be terrible. But I also probably won't end clean.
I do agree with that. And if it does, it will end with Dakota Kai or or Bayley cheating.
Yeah,
So moving on, we get to Ciampa versus Styles, and I really enjoyed this match. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's very hard
you
not to.
put Ciampa and Styles there together, they make magic.
Who would have guessed that two really good wrestlers can do some really good wrestling?
It's probably the most important Styles has felt in so long, and probably the most important Ciampa has felt in a while.
I'm really happy that Logan Paul isn't permanently around because for a second there, it was really looking like they're gonna do Styles team up with Logan Paul, and I was not here for that. I don't think you were either. So I'm really
It
happy
can
we're not
still happen. They'll show a replay on Miss TV one day.
on Impulsive. They'll show they'll have AJ Styles as guest.
Yeah, I'm gonna help you, man. I'm gonna help you out with the next pay-per-view.
I just gotta know something real quick. What are your thoughts on the flat Earth? Um, I mean, there's some
There's
things
some
about
stuff
it.
about it. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a flat earther, but there's some stuff about it.
I can work with that. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a call in from this one guy. Says he knows you from somewhere. Okay. What are your thoughts on the gay community?
He walks out. He does not even interact with that one. He just walks out.
Never seen that clip. Just Google AJ Styles gay community. It's the funniest clip I've seen.
Yeah,
It's not good. It's not good at all, but it's hilarious.
definitely not. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, I don't even know how you haven't seen it. I have no idea. It's like the most infamous AJ Styles clip.
Most non most infamous non wrestling clip that he has out there.
Yeah. There's always like those call-in clips, bro, where like Jim Ross had a bunch of them where he would get call-in or whatever, and they would be crazy.
Yeah. I,
The fans would be crazy, and then he'd be like, "Oh, these fucking marks, bro."
what an interesting guy JR is.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if anyone else saw. I know you saw because I showed you. JR caught being horny on Main again. He's back.
I mean, he's always horny on me. I don't know. Though it's not even subtle, and it's not subtle at all.
It's always a comment like, "You two look great," and it's followed by that cowboy hat. You know that cowboy hat's mischievous somehow.
Yeah. He's hiding some stuff in that cowboy hat.
Uh, so moving on, gets a big Bob Lashley cutting the promo backstage about the match next week. I didn't hear too much of what he said. I assumed it's something very cool. I would guess.
Yeah, I would assume so.
It's Big Bob. I trust he said something very cool.
I mean, he always says something cool.
Something
I mean,
something.
except for that time with the sisters or whatever, the Sami Zayn feud he had.
He did his best. He really did his best.
Yeah, very strange.
I'm sure it was the promo went something like something something Champa something something. I'm retaining next week something something. You guys see we crushed that watermelon.
I mean, probably, yeah. I mean, it kind of rhymes a little bit.
I'll be here all week, guys. I'll be here all week.
Real poet.
I think I'm doing some slam poetry just like that actually.
Yeah, if I'm ever homeless, I'm just gonna do slam poetry on the street.
Wrassle Graps slam poetry coming soon, need to know.
With like a tip jar in front of me. And just do slam poetry.
We'll get some tips, but then eventually we'll cut one poem, and then we will get robbed. I'm just throwing it out there. It's gonna happen.
Probably. The one bad poem, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, put your fucking hands up. Come on.
We get robbed. We get arrested too for being a public nuisance. And we're like, that's fair enough.
Yeah. When I was at this, I don't know if I talked about it. I think I did. When I was at this festival, right? And this motherfucker was talking about Jesus the whole entire time. I was there for like 2 or 3 hours. This guy would not shut up about Jesus on the microphone.
He was
And going
talking.
off about how God, saved his life and you need to let God into your life and all this and stuff. And he
He
was
was
just
talking.
saying that. And no one was interacting with him. Nobody was talking to him. He was just talking to nobody about Jesus.
He was talking about son of infamous professional wrestler God.
He better have gotten paid. I'm telling you. He was there for a long time.
If he was really giving it his all like he said he was, I hope he did too.
I really hope he got paid. I mean, if not, then dear God, that's not good. It's a bad gig.
Nice pun. Appreciate it.
You know.
So next up, we get the Mysterios versus the Usos main event for the tag team titles. And it's a really good main event. A solid match between the two guys.
Yeah, pretty good, I think. But this also does. I mean, I was hoping for more stuff with the tag team division. It didn't really open up any doors there, but the Judgment Day interrupted at the end after the match was over. After the Usos won the match, they attacked the Mysterio brothers.
They did do that. Finn and Finn and Damian Priest, almost forgot the name there, attacked older brother Ray, and of course Ray Ripley handled Dominic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that clip is going viral on Twitter.
Now, let's be honest
And
here,
people,
guys.
they were Dominic in that moment.
I need everyone's thoughts down below in the comment section on Twitter, where everyone will put them. How do you feel about the Dominic Mysterio mullet? I know how I feel. I think I know how you feel. How does everyone else feel about it, though?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you just asked them. If they answered.
I mean, like, you gotta fit in the three campsite thing. I think it's either you think it looks nice, which I don't think so, or like me, and you think it's a touching tribute to Eddie, but also we're not doing mullets anymore as a society. We all decided this. Let's cut it out.
Exactly. I mean, that's how I feel, but it is what it is. Well, how do they feel? I never really heard anyone talk about it like that.
I think people need to talk about that more. That Dominic comes out there with that haircut.
Exactly. I think so.
But
All I
anyways,
know is people just want to be censored by Rhea Ripley. That's it.
that is true. Hey, people are very horny on main about Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. I'm surprised JR was not.
I mean, does JR know that this is happening? Or does he not know? This is what we need to find out.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea.
I want to see someone do a video with Jim, maybe AEW, maybe somebody else. Could be anybody really. They just show him post about women in wrestling and just let him tweet something.
I don't know.
Would it be a disastrous event in somebody's career? Yes. Would it be entertaining? Yes. Yes, it would.
It would be entertaining for sure. Whatever entertains me.
Yeah. So, anyways, after that, Edge comes out, attacks Judgment Day, but accidentally spears Dominic unnecessarily hard, actually.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. He was hitting spears left and right.
He really went for that spear. I mean, it felt actually it didn't feel like he meant to attack Dominic, but it also felt kind of personal. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He targeted it. It's like my merch is better than your merch.
Exactly. I think that's also what that was. But regardless, he did spear Dominic and Ray was like, "Oh, come on, man. I gotta go deal with this now." You know,
He was like, damn it, man, why'd you have to get speared by Edge?
this I don't care how many
You
times you
dumbass.
lost this match or the tag team titles. This is what's gonna break up the Mysterios.
Probably.
You're
Maybe
embarrassing the
he's
family.
jealous.
So
Maybe he's one of the horny guys. Maybe he's like, why? How did you get scissored by Rhea Ripley, huh?
how would you do it? What are the secrets? I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to see the Dominic Mysterio tell-all book where he explains in 30 pages how that happened.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it would be a long story, I would assume.
Long story. I need to see it just because I want to see the responses on
Audiobook.
Twitter. Want me to read what? Okay, if that's what you want, Vince. And not Vince. This isn't Vince. No.
I wonder if, imagine Vince McMahon tries to sneak back into WWE as someone else. Like he puts on a fake beard and he like walks in, fake hair or something.
You remember that one prank show they did on the WWE Network that one time where Vince did dress up as a different guy?
No, no, I don't.
That is the thing. Vince came in as a different dude and to be somebody
I remember
else.
the prank show. I just don't remember that
Yeah,
specific prank.
it's a prank show. I mean, he might as well just run it back, but just not tell people it's a prank. Just keep doing it.
I want to watch that prank show again, actually.
Send it to
I'm
you
sure they
now.
have clips on YouTube. I love the
Well,
story show they had.
it's- I mean, they had a lot of good content that we network and they just stopped doing it. I don't know what that was about. I didn't appreciate it really, but
The
it's what it
cock
is.
came on.
You know that, but even before that though, like they should have done Legends House season two. I mean, I would have liked it.
Legends House season 2 is still happening.
They did season
Especially under Triple
two.
H. We'll have Triple H, we'll have Shawn Michaels, we'll have John Cena,
Honestly,
we'll have The Undertaker, Michelle
just
McCool,
just put all of the X in one house. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Road
X
Dogg, X Pac, Billy Gunn. You know, I just want to see what happens.
Pac, Hornswoggle.
Yeah, Hornswoggle. I don't remember Hornswoggle. And
You
also,
should Teddy Long. You should put Teddy Long and Undertaker.
Undertaker could be there, you know, and also disguised Vince McMahon, who refuses to admit that he's Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Someone sneezes around him. He's like, hey, what are you doing? I mean, keep sneezing, man. Keep sneezing.
It's a season-wide thing. He has a secret that he's actually Vince. Everybody knows it, but he refuses to give it up until the end of the season.
Yeah. You know, I noticed that you haven't sneezed once in this house. I don't know.
I,
I'm just not a sneezer. I don't know.
I'm just saying. I saw Billy sneeze around you once, and you were ready to fight him over that. I don't know how I feel about that.
It would be okay.
All right, so anyway, let's stop giving out those ideas for free, anyways. And we're gonna
Yeah,
call
we
it there.
need to keep these ideas to ourselves sometimes.
We want to keep them to ourselves. We also want to share it with you because I think we're pretty good. And it's a hard balance to strike, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But anyways, that was Monday Night Raw. What were your thumb thoughts on this episode?
Thumb thoughts, thumbs up.
I also agree well, you know, even if I wasn't holding this to a lower standard, I would also give it a thumbs up because I think it was pretty good. I feel like there was direction, it was watchable, and I feel like I can watch the show next week and not feel bad about myself.
Yeah, man, that's what I need, man. I need to watch an episode of Raw and not be embarrassed by it.
Exactly. Now that's it for us. Do you want to do the outro?
No, you do the outro.
Oh, you really gamble on that one, but okay. Follow us on our social media, Twitter, Instagram, all the other ones, plenty of them. Uh, really like, comment, and subscribe. And also listen to us on all those podcasts and networks. You
Mm-hmm.
really set me up for failure on this one. Anyways, uh, yeah, I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. And if it wasn't, well, that's on you guys. You guys should really know this by now. I mean, it's been a year, 2 years, probably. But that's it. See you guys in the next one.